Welcome to another Blueprint IoT video, and today we will try to connect ThingSpeak to our Node-RED flow. In case you're wondering what Node-RED is, check out our playlist about Node-RED. In case you're wondering what ThingSpeak is, check out our previous videos where we introduced ThingSpeak in the first place and also had another video about how to create a ThingSpeak channel. Before we get started, we have to install a ThingSpeak node. So we just go to Manage Palette, Install, and search for a ThingSpeak node. So we get a bunch of recommendations, and all of those are quite old. Like the youngest is more than 2 years, and those are 6 or close to 7 years even. Of course, we can check those out and get a bit of information. This one is very little information, and the second one provides a bit more information. In this case, it's super difficult to decide which one is the best, but I can recommend you really this one, the ThingSpeak 42. I used it several times before, started working with this node 3 years ago or something like this, and it worked seamlessly all time long. So I can really recommend it. So we just hit install and give it a bunch of seconds, and here we go. It appears right here on the left hand side under functions, and we can just drag and drop as always. So before we go ahead, we check it and we get a bunch of info fields where we can input some data. First of all, the API key. So the Node-RED ThingSpeak node knows to which channel at ThingSpeak it should connect and how to identify itself. So before we can go ahead, we have to check out our API write key. So we will just switch over to ThingSpeak and go to the API keys. We already know this from the previous video. Just copy the write key and paste it into Node-RED. And that's all. As simple as that, and you're connected to your ThingSpeak channel. So that's basically it. So back at ThingSpeak, we also should create some channels. So let's go to the channel settings and open up some fields. Let's start with 2, maybe temperature and humidity. That's it. I think that's enough for the moment. Hit save. And here we go. We have 2 charts, one for temperature and one for humidity. So let's try to input some data. For this purpose, we will check the ThingSpeak node again. So we have some topics here, which will relate to the fields of our channel. So let's give it topic, temperature and humidity to keep the same naming. We have the API URL. That's something you can just leave like it is. And we just hit done. In case you need some further information, always remember you have the help button where you can just find some information about this node. In this case, it's describing you how to input everything, but you can skip this because I will explain it to you. So here we go. We have to input something. So let's just use an inject node for the moment where we inject a number and a topic. So this one will be the temperature node, and we go with 5.9 degree, and maybe with another one for a bit higher temperature. We go with 8.7. So that's for the temperature. For the humidity, let's go for something different. Humidity normally measured in percent. Maybe we start with 80%, and we will add another one with maybe 76. So using the inject node like this, you can just build a super quick test setup. Of course, normally you would attach your node from your sensor, your temperature and humidity sensor, but for a quick test run, that's more than enough. Just connect it to the node. You can connect all the strings to one node, and that's basically it. We hit deploy. Now we are ready. The ThingSpeak node is indicating ready. There's one thing about ThingSpeak, and that's that there's a limitation. So in this case, for the free version, you only can input one data point every 15 seconds. That's why per default the delay is 15. We could type in something smaller, but it wouldn't work because the speed limit is 15 seconds. So in case you need a higher resolution, you have to upgrade to Pro. But that's fine with us. We just need to know as soon as we input the first data, the countdown will start counting. So as soon as we input the first data, after 15 seconds, this data will be transmitted. Whatever information is coming in within those 15 seconds will be sent out with the other data at the same time after 15 seconds. So in case we input temperature and 5 seconds later we input humidity, both information will be transmitted after 15 seconds counting from the first information, the temperature, going into the ThingSpeak node. In case you input another timer temperature, this temperature will override the temperature value which is rating to be sent out. So in case you send one temperature value and within those 15 seconds you send another one, this one will override the previous value and you will only send out the most recent data reading. But let's give it a try. Give it a 5.9 as a temperature and humidity 80 for the beginning. And you see data queued waiting. So now it's counting those 15 seconds, and after those 15 seconds this data will be sent out and we should see it here on the right hand side. So now it's ready, so data was sent out and it should appear here in this graph. So it took a couple of seconds to arrive, but here we go without refreshing the page. We have our first reading, temperature. We can hover across it, it's 5.9, that's fine, and humidity is exactly at 80. So let's go with a different value, 8.7 for the temperature and humidity 76, and we wait another couple of seconds. And here we go, I just skipped those seconds for you, and we have our new reading, it's 76 and it's 8.7 for the temperature, so that's working perfectly fine. So let's try to inject now something that overrides the previous value. So let's go with 5.9 and now we override it with 8.7. So we should get another 8.7 reading. Let's give it a try. So here we go, we just received another 8.7 reading, which was overriding the 5.9 what we injected in the first place. So that's basically all you need to know. You just provide your value in the payload, you provide the field name in the topic, so the value can be distributed to the right field based on the topic, and you just paste the API key, the API write key from your ThingSpeak channel, and there you go. That's all you need to know. You can connect every sensor you want. You may need to rearrange your data that you receive from your sensor. Maybe it's the wrong format or whatever, so you can use the change and the switch node as described in other videos before. So feel free to check those out. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Make sure to be subscribed for more ThingSpeak, data visualization and IoT content. So thanks for watching and see you next time.